Welcome to the Cup of Joe Wrestling Show.
Cup of Joe Wrestling Show?
With Joey Harris. A podcast for the wrestling fan on the go. So take your favorite beverage of choice and join Joey as he takes a look at some of the biggest shows on the WWE Network.
Happy Thanksgiving, folks, and surprise. Didn't expect me back so soon, did you? This is the second part of our back-to-back look at Thanksgiving 1987. Anyway, this is the Cup of Joe Wrestling Show. You can follow the show on Twitter at Cup of Joe Pod, email the show at cupofjoewrestlingshow@gmail.com, support the show at paypal.me/cupofjoepod, Cash App and Venmo at the Joey Harris. As the second half, we look at the first annual Survivor Series from the WWF. Survivor Series 1987 was the first Survivor Series held by the WWF. It took place on Thanksgiving night, November the 26th, 1987, from the Richfield Coliseum in Richfield, Ohio. Most cable companies were opted to carry this over Starrcade 87, and there were 21,300 in attendance. Howard Finkel welcomes us to the Survivor Series and brings out Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura to call the event. They get a tremendous ovation. They welcome us to the Survivor Series and run down the card and go over the rules. Craig DeGeorge interviews the Honky Tonk Man. He says that he has the greatest team ever assembled. The Honky Tonk Man, Ron Bass, Hercules, Harley Race, and Danny Davis with Jimmy Hart and Bobby Heenan versus Brutus Beefcake, Jim Duggan, Jake Roberts, Ricky Steamboat, and Randy Savage with Elizabeth. That face side has a lot of former rivals on it. There's a lot of smack talk that is going on. Beefcake and Hercules start. They lock up and push off. Hercules attacks Beefcake. Back and forth. Beefcake with a sleeper. Hercules tags Davis. He doesn't want to get in, but Beefcake slingshots Davis in. Roberts tagged in. He gets Davis down. Savage tagged in. He gets Davis down. And Steamboat tagged in. Quick tags by the faces. He chops Davis down. Race tagged in. He hits Steamboat with a shoulder breaker. They trade moves. Race throws Steamboat out, but he skins the cat. Steamboat throws Race out. Race comes in with a belly-to-belly suplex. He gets a 2 count. Duggan tagged in. Race clotheslined out. Duggan follows him out, and they brawl and both get counted out. Savage in with Honky Tonk Man. Bass tagged in. They trade blows. Beefcake tagged in and hit a high knee to pin Bass. Hercules in against Beefcake. He gets a wrist lock on. Honky Tonk Man tagged in and picks the hold up. Honky Tonk Man working on the arm. Hercules tagged in. He works on Beefcake. Beefcake tries to escape, but Honky Tonk Man tagged back in. Honky Tonk Man with an arm bar. Beefcake gets out and unloads on Honky Tonk Man. Davis distracts Beefcakes for Honky Tonk Man to hit the shake, rattle, and roll to get the pin. Savage in against Hercules. Hercules goes to the faces. Davis tagged in. Savage attacks him. Honky Tonk Man tagged in and attacks Savage. Roberts tagged in. Honky Tonk Man avoids the DDT. Back and forth. Heels get Roberts in their corner. Hercules tagged in and got a 2 count. Davis tagged in. He beats Roberts down in the corner. A DDT chant goes out. Roberts hits a short clothesline in the DDT to get the pin. Hercules attacks Roberts. He drops an elbow for a 2 count. Honky Tonk Man in and attacks Roberts. He hits a snapmare and a fist drop. He gets a rear chin lock on. He breaks the hold. Hercules tagged in. He gets a chin lock on Roberts. He gets Roberts down in the middle of the ring. Roberts with a jawbreaker to break. Steamboat tagged in. He chops Hercules and Honky Tonk Man. He hits a top rope chop. Savage tagged in and hits the flying elbow to get the pin. 3 against 1. Savage attacks Honky Tonk Man. Honky Tonk Man attacks Savage in the corner. Steamboat tagged in. He beats Honky Tonk Man down, and Roberts tagged in. The crowd chants DDT again. He holds Honky Tonk Man and tags Savage in. He attacks Honky Tonk Man. He atomic drops Honky Tonk Man out. Honky Tonk Man and Hart leave and get counted out. Roberts, Savage, and Steamboat are the survivors. Craig DeGeorge interviews Andre the Giant's team. Bobby Heenan says Andre pinned Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3 and will do it again. The team is hyped up. Andre says he's here for Hogan's soul and will be the survivor. That escalated quickly. It's just wrestling, man. Women's elimination match. The Glamour Girls, Judy Martin and Leilani Kai with Jimmy Hart, Dawn Marie, Donna Cristianello, and Sherry Martel versus the Fabulous Moolah, Velvet McIntyre, Rockin' Robin, and the Jumping Bomb Angels, Norillo, Tatino and Isuki Yamazaki. Jesse talks about the running man. Sherry in against McIntyre. She clotheslines McIntyre. McIntyre with a crossbody. Moolah tagged in. She attacks Sherry. Christianello tagged in and Moolah hits her with a slingshot. McIntyre and Christianello go back and forth. McIntyre with a modified victory roll to pin Christianello. Kai in. Robin also tagged in. Robin lured into the heel corner. Marie and then Martin tagged in. They get Robin down. Sherry tagged in. Heels dominating. Marie in. Robin hits a clothesline and a crossbody to pin Marie. Then it becomes the Jumping Bomb Angels show. They impress Jesse and Gorilla as they dominate the heels. Robin in against Sherry. Heels get Robin in their corner. Sherry pins Robin after a suplex. The action picks up. Moolah and Martin trade blows. Sherry in. Moolah and Martin then in. Double clothesline against Moolah to pin her. McIntyre and Martin in. Sherry tagged in. Quick tag by the heels. McIntyre with a giant swing to Sherry. McIntyre rolls Sherry up to get the pin. More quick tags. Kai in. McIntyre is also in. She hits a back elbow, but she's hurt. Kai guillotines McIntyre and pins her. The Jumping Bomb Angels are dominating. Glamour Girls double team. The Jumping Bomb Angels come back, and Kai is pinned by Yamazaki, and Martin is pinned by Tatino. The Jumping Bomb Angels are the sole survivors. Craig DeGeorge talks to the heel tag teams. They're ready to go out. 10-team tag survival match. The Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart. The Islanders, Haku and Tama. The Bolsheviks, Nikolai Volkov and Boris Zukov. The New Dream Team, Greg Valentine and Dino Bravo. And Demolition Axe and Smash with Bobby Heenan, Slick, Luscious Johnny V, Mr. Fuji and Jimmy Hart versus Strike Force, Tito Santana and Rick Martel, the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid, the Young Stallions, Paul Roma and Jim Powers, the Killer Bees, V. Brian Blair and Jim Brunzell, and the fabulous Rougeau brothers Jacques and Raymond. When one man is eliminated, his partner has to leave as well. Mean Gene interviews the faces and they are ready. Volkov does the Russian national anthem gimmick. Martel and Volkov start. I'm just going to hit the high points on this one, folks. Zukov tagged in. Santana tagged in. Hits a flying forearm to eliminate Zukov. Axe in. Axe pins Jacques. Smash throws the referee down and Demolition gets eliminated. Neidhart pins Santana. Haku pins Dynamite Kid. Roma pins Valentine. Jesse and Gorilla talk about referee Dave Hebner on the outside, and Jesse says, Ted DiBiase says everybody's got a price. I'm sure Hebner has his. This is subtle and hilarious foreshadowing. Brunzell pins Hart. The Islanders beat Brunzell down. Powers tagged in. He gets Haku down. Roma tagged in. He gets a slam for a 2 count. Blair tagged in. Toma with a back elbow. Brunzell tagged in. Confusion as the Bees do their mask gimmick. Brunzell gets the pin. The Killer Bees and the Young Stallions are the survivors. They show how the $1 Million Man celebrates Thanksgiving and shows highlights of what Ted DiBiase has done to people who want money. Gorilla and Jesse talk about Honky Tonk Man taking off during his match, and then Jesse gushes about the Jumping Bomb Angels. They recap the tag match as well. Craig DeGeorge interviews the Honky Tonk Man and Jimmy Hart on the platform. Honky Tonk Man says he is the sole survivor. 3-on-1, and they didn't pin the Honky Tonk Man. He puts down Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage. He calls himself the greatest of all time. Mean Gene interviews Hulk Hogan's team and they are hyped up. Hulk Hogan is wearing the Bo Derek bandana here. It has to be seen to be believed. His team is hungry and ready. Bam Bam Bigelow wants to burn the place down, which is arson. Main event, Andre the Giant, King Kong Bundy, Rick Rude, Butch Reed, and the one-man gang with Bobby Heenan and Slick versus Hulk Hogan, Don Morocco, Paul Orndorff, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Ken Patera with Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Faces get a tremendous reception when they come out. Hogan announced last, and he gets a massive ovation when he comes out. Jesse is livid that Joey Morella is the referee. Andre with a look of disdain. Morocco and Rude start. They trade shots in the corner. Back and forth. Orndorff tagged in. He unloads on Rude. Hogan tagged in. He gets a clothesline and slams Rude. Bigelow comes in and hits a splash. Bigelow with a press slam to Rude. Patera and Reed tagged in. The face quick tags and keep Reed in their corner. Orndorff with a series of drop kicks to Reed. Hogan in. Double clothesline and leg drop to pin Reed. Andre in, but Morella says Hogan tagged Patera in. Patera in with Andre. Bundy tagged in. Patera attacks Bundy. Gang and Orndorff tagged in, and Orndorff attacked Gang. Gang comes back and tags Rude in. Orndorff clotheslines Rude. He gets the 2 count. Morocco comes in with a clothesline. He and Rude trade blows. Gang in. He misses a corner charge when Morocco moves and Patera tagged in. Patera with a crossbody for a 2 count. Gang gets Patera in the heels corner and they beat him down. Gang with a front face lock, but Patera gets to the ropes as an Andre Sucks chant goes out. Patera thrown back into the heels corner. Patera fights out. Double clothesline, but Gang falls on Patera to get the pin. Hogan in and beats on Gang. Hogan with a clothesline. Bigelow in. Double big boot to Gang. Double head collision and both men down. Orndorff and Rude come in, and Orndorff gets Rude down with a backdrop. Bundy hits Orndorff, and Rude rolls Orndorff up to get the pin. Rude poses, but gets attacked by Morocco with the clothesline. Bigelow tagged in and suplexes Rude. Hogan comes in and gets Rude down. Morocco back in and pins Rude after a power slam. Bundy in. He and Morocco trade shots. Morocco attacks Bundy's legs. Bundy throws Morocco in the heels corner, and Gang tagged in. They trade blows. Morocco goes for a slam, but Gang falls on him for a 2 count. Andre nails Morocco, and Gang splashes him to get the pin. Bigelow in. He gets a sunset flip and Gang splashes down. Bundy in and gets a splash, but Hogan makes the save. Gang in and chokes Bigelow on the ropes for a 4 count. Bundy comes back in. He knocks Bigelow down. Gang tagged in. He hits a back elbow. Bundy tagged in. He misses an elbow drop. He hits a series of forearms to Bigelow to get a 2 count. Andre tagged in. Hogan tagged in and the crowd came to life to see it. They trade some hard chops. Hogan cleans house. Bundy trips Hogan and drags him out. They fight on the outside. Hogan slams Gang and Bundy, but gets counted out. The crowd boos. They make Hogan go to the back. Bundy and Bigelow in. Bigelow with a clothesline and a headbutt for a 2 count. He gets Bundy down. Bigelow moves on an avalanche attempt and gets the slingshot splash to pin Bundy. Gang attacks Bigelow. Gang with a splash for a 2 count. He goes up top and comes off, but Bigelow moves and pins Gang. Andre with headbutts. Bigelow is trying to avoid Andre. Andre gets Bigelow in the corner. Andre with a double underhook to get the pin. Hogan comes back in and hits Andre with the belt. Hogan must pose as Andre and Heenan leave. Jesse is livid. Mean Gene interviews Andre and Hogan. They want Hogan to put his title on the line. Gorilla and Jesse then sign off from Richfield. Final thoughts. Not a bad show. This was done to screw over Starrcade. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at @TheJoeyHarris. If you like the show, please leave a review on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, or your preferred podcast app. I would really appreciate it. We can also be found on Spotify and YouTube. Just search for The Cup of Joe Wrestling Show and don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you for joining me. This is Joey saying so long from the heart of Virginia. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
The Cup of Joe Wrestling Show is a production of Baby Kangaroo Media.